Hello everyone and welcome to our Visual System YouTube channel. Today we are going to review a product that is long due to be reviewed, which is Orbit.6 from Union Audio. Union Audio, it's a boutique Rotary and normal mixers audio manufacturer from UK. And the story of the brand, it's quite unique. The brand founder and main designer is Andy Rigby-Jones. If you don't know who is him, you can Google it. But long story short, Andy Rigby-Jones is one of the best audio mixers designers. In his whole career, he's been working for brands such as Allen & Heath, and he's been the mastermind behind mixers such as the Son V6, which those who have certain age will remember clearly, the Son 92 and the well-appraised Son 96. After a few years working for several companies and also doing OEM products for brands like Master Sounds, he decided to separate the brand Union Audio and launch a range of products to the market. Today we have the flagship product, which is the Orbit.6. The Orbit.6 may recognize has a very similar and familiar layout to the Son V6, which I just mentioned before. And I will explain a little bit what this mixer has to offer to the market, because it's totally different animal compared with other mixers that you can currently find on the rotary mixing market. There are a few characteristics, like you probably will find that it's one of the most expensive DJ mixers in the market right now. I think it's perhaps the most expensive DJ mixer in the world right now. And I will shortly explain why is that and if it's that beneficial for you and this is something that you need or not. Let's start with what is an Orbit.6 concept. The Orbit.6, it's been a mixer designed for any DJ or hi-fi listeners, vinyl listeners, discerning listeners who want to get the maximum out of the audio system, no matter if it's a small, humble setup or you have a monster void acoustics or big setup in a club, you will get distinctive sound quality out of this beast. So the Orbit.6, as its name says, is a 6-channel mixer. The layout is a little bit peculiar compared with other mixers. Basically, what we have is 6 inputs. Every channel input from 1 to 4 can be with RIA preamps for vinyl or line, selectable from the front switch. And you can have in channel 5 and 6 2 line inputs. And also on the channel 6, you can have line and microphone inputs. So every channel has a aux send that can be pre or post fader. So this allows you to connect units like effects units or different other devices. It could be also a recording device. We'll explain those features later on in detail. You have a trim gain. Then you have high pass filter, which is a very nice function that not many mixers have. Traditionally, a mixer will have a EQ section with your high, mid, low section. But in here, that functionality is being to a high pass filter, which allow a very nice, smooth blending when you are mixing. Then you have a Q button, which is backlight with a red light when you push it. And then you have a proprietary damp rotary up fader with a 33 millimeters thickness. You will say, what is the damp fader? So basically, it provides a very unique, I would say, thick feeling to it. Same as when you open the glove box of a car, that is so smooth when it opens and it will last over time. If it's not damped, what will happen is that over time, the potentiometer, the fader, will be softer and loose. In this case, they have a proprietary patent pending system designed by them that will provide this constant, smooth, precise feeling all the time during the lifespan of the product. It also allows you a very precise mixing settings. This is on the main channel layout. Coming to the master section, we'll have a master booth levels. So you have on the back, you have 2 XLR audio balance outputs for main and booth output. The master section, the master bus section, have 3 potentiometers EQ that will allow you to EQ from -70 to all the way a boost of 6 dB. So this will allow you a very precise EQing on your main mix or on the system, depends on the tracks you are playing. On the booth, you have only 2 EQs, but I think it's enough for EQing your monitoring system. And then you have the phone section, which is a high power phone connector where you have a volume, and then you also have an add-mix potentiometer, which what allows you basically is to blend nicely the channels that you are queuing up with the master output for a much more precise bit matching. So that's the basic layout. We also have the potentiometers are also backlights. So you have a red backlight in the back, which will allow you to identify clearly which channel are you playing in the dark. Every channel has 10 LEDs that indicates from -25 all the way to peak in different color range, from green all the way from -25 to 0, and then you will have 3 and 6 on yellow, and then all the way red. The master bus is monitored by 2 custom VU meters with an analog needles, gives that retro feeling to the mixer. It's also UV black light, so when the lights are off, you can also see what's going on. And it will flash light if you are sending a peak signal from the channels to the master box. What are the unique features of this mixer? And coming back to what we mentioned about the pricing, why it's so expensive? The concept on designing, it's no compromises. So they have done the best. They have chosen the best materials. So you have aluminum and steel on the highest grades. You have a really nice powder coatings for both casing on the front panel and on the back panel. The front panel is a very nice anodized aluminum. You can see here, this is a blue mixer. I think they did some limited editions on colors where we have red, gold, green and blue. A happy owner of a green plate mixer with all the screens in gold. This is a nice blue, anodized blue with all the printed in a silky white color. So starting with the materials, all the pots, all the potentiometers are highest quality potentiometer for a very long lasting life. And coming back to all the electronics, and I think here is where it gets interesting, is that the mixer is being designed with discrete components. What a discrete component is. Instead of just going to the market and buy some operational amps or chips that are generic chips to realize several functions from different calculations and chuck those in a motherboard and let them perform whatever function you want them to perform, what they have done here is design their own operational amp, which consists of few components compared with a chip. So they have less transistors, less resistors, less condensers. They have designed their own operational amp, customized to do only audio functions. What does it mean? That you have less distortion, that you have components specifically designed to do what they have to do. In this case, it's audio and mixing, allows them to pick exactly which components, which resistors, which condensers, which transistors matches the best based on the function that they need to do on the mixer, rather than just get a generic component, put it on a mother plate, on a motherboard, and just customize those functions. The mixers are hand built in the UK, which commitment to quality that the brand has. And I think one of the nice features is these mixer preamps are valve preamp, are tube preamps, and that gives that very silky, smooth, high frequencies, very direct mid, high frequencies, and so warm and round, low frequencies. So it's something that you need to experience and you need to pair with your well-known sound system and with your well-known track to realize how special the sound coming out of this beast is. So basically, that's a little bit on the review on the Orbit.6, on the front panels, and a little bit on the insides. On the back panels, what we have, it's RCA inputs for rear amps, for turntables, and also for line inputs, so it could be your CDJs. We also have direct outputs, which is something very unique to this mixer that will allow you to record any of the 6 channels into the mixer directly into a multi-track recorder. And then you have the aux sends and aux returns, and you have mix sends and master inserts to connect things like Orbit.6 EQ crossfader, which is this unit that we have here that we will review later on. And also you have the master and the booth output in both balanced XLR. And then also for the channel 6, when you have the microphone input, you have a little bit of gain adjustment, and also you have some EQ adjustments for all from the back of the mixer. And I think that's pretty much it. I recommend you now to watch our next video. I will be playing for an hour on the Orbit.6, and then you can appreciate the sound quality coming out of this beast. Thank you so much, and see you in the next review. Bye-bye.